So you grew up in San Antonio.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I moved to Dallas when I was like in high school, maybe junior high.
So you went to high school and school out there.
Yeah.
And then you moved to New York.
New York, yeah. I'd
then
already
you
started.
moved to LA.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite city from all three?
They're all different, but I mean, I love LA. I love it. I always thought I would be that guy that was like, I'm going to move back to Texas one day. Dude, I love it here, man. It's my style.
Is it the weather?
It's the weather. It's dude, a big thing. Because I used to smoke weed a ton, and I remember that was one of the main things. Like, it's legal out here. Oh my God.
I mean, LA does have the best weed. I mean, I don't smoke, but
dude, just the whole
I've heard
the whole vibe of LA, man. I love it, dude. I love every part about LA. I love Long Beach. It's just, it's my vibe, you know. Just like I kind of like Northern California. I'm kind of like a chilled, relaxed, just laid back dude. And I love laid back places, you know. And this kind of just checked all the boxes for me.
Now that you bring up weed, this is a question that I have.
Ooh.
Smoking weed versus edibles.
Oh, smoking it, dude. I loved smoking blunts. Oh my God. I loved everything about it. I loved sometimes whenever you would get shitty weed and you would have to break it apart and you're just like, it was like part of the ritual of my smoke, dude. Edible, you just do it really fast. And I was like, what is this, man? I feel like I'm taking like a prescription thing. Like, there's no fun in that.
So you just wait? Like, I'm not high.
Yeah, and then
let's
yeah,
see
you
more.
got that whole thing where it's like weed, and it's like whenever you're smoking, it's like a social thing. You're hanging out with people. And you're like, it's after a show in the parking lot. You're like, that's something I miss, dude. I miss the smoke sessions, bro. Now I'll just go and I'll hang out and be in it, but I'll be like, nah, I'm good. And I feel like I'm just here for the social aspect.
I'm just here to hang out. No, I
Yeah.
don't want to drink. You say you don't drink.
No, I don't drink either.
How long have you been sober?
2.5 years.
There's always a crazy story on why people go fucking.
Oh, I've got like 10, bro. Yeah.
So, did you have to make the change because of your career, or is it because you were like, all right, I just can't be hungover every day?
Everything, bro. I was in bad shape, dude. I was in bad shape. I was partying, and I wasn't always like that either. It was a very progressive thing for me, you know? And I got to the point, I guess the main thing, I was getting fired from shows, you know. I was drunk and I couldn't perform. And then I also had a seizure and my life was falling apart. I had like 2 seizures and I was gonna die, you know, like that was pretty much, I had some friends that were dying and it was like, I guess I'll be next, and I didn't care. I was at a really low point and I ended up, you know, I had that seizure and dude took me to rehab. And I just went into rehab and, you know, I did the whole, like, recovery thing and just never looked back. Life's been amazing.
You think that was probably the turning point in your life?
Oh, without a doubt. Biggest thing ever, you know. We Bought a Zoo was cool, but going to rehab was like, yes, this really changed things for me. Yeah, because I was out, bro. I was like, this is it.
Really?
Yeah. I was just a party fucking animal, dude. I loved doing blow. I loved drinking. I loved anything I could put in my body that would change the way I feel, dude.
Was that escaping something?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, you're escaping your feelings. You don't sometimes people drink because they don't want to feel a certain way. You know, or they do these things to just put an emotion down or something. And yeah, if you get depressed, you know, drink. It'll make you undepressed for a little bit. If you any feeling that you don't want to go through, you can just do a substance and get out of it. And you know, most people can drink, most people can party every now, but I got that thing in me where if I go, I can't stop, and I won't stop for days until I hit a wall. You know.
You're not the only one, player.
Yeah.
That's why I don't drink. I think I don't drink because there was no in between with me.
Me neither, dude. There's no, there was at one time. I remember I was able to drink like a gentleman and have my drink and go home. And then something happened. They say you cross that invisible line and you're just like, okay, if I'm having a drink, now I'm going to call a guy and then I'm going to get a bag and then we're going to go over to this hotel, man. Then we can go. Just, yeah, dude. It's like, it was crazy.
Do you think things happen really fast for you, and that pressure of the limelight kind of got to you as well, or not really, or it was just.
I think some of it was like, I'm trying to think like, because I will like analyze this sometimes and try to figure out like the moment in time where it changed. And I think one thing that didn't help me was I got moved up to headlining comedy clubs really soon, and I was like, I was really nervous, and I would drink just to not be nervous, and I would drink to take the fear away, and just talking to people, talking in social situations they're hard for me, they're not easy. I mean, I'm better now than I was, but I remember when I would drink, I was able to just talk. I could just talk to anyone, we could talk for hours, and that was something that I used as a tool. And then I would just keep going with it. Like then the show ends, and say, the show ends, you kill, everyone's talking to you, you feel like the shit, and then why should the party end now? Then you just keep going and going and going, and
Call the plug.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna party for 4 days. Like, damn.
Yeah.
I have a show tomorrow.
Then I'm like, let's go. Who cares? Fuck the show. Let's just party, man. So I just didn't want the party to stop, and I didn't want to. And then you start getting in this shame cycle, what they call it, is where you like, you get drunk and you're like, oh man, I'm a piece of shit, and then you just go back right into it. It's like I drink, feelings go away. Next day you wake up, feel like a piece of shit. Drink, feelings go away. Wake up, feel like a piece of shit. You just get caught up in this thing.
I've never heard somebody say shame cycle.
Shame cycle. Yeah.
To me, it just clicked. And I think I had a lot of shame cycles.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck did I just say? I said, what did I do?
Dude, and
oh my God. Like, how long are you going to keep doing this to yourself, dog?
Dude, and I think like so much of society, the problems that we have are from drugs and alcohol. A lot of them aren't. People can do, I'm all about like do what you want to do, but some people can't, we got a big drug homeless problem in LA, man. There's a lot of homeless people that are like addicted to shit. Those people should not be on drugs. They shouldn't be doing that. I'm all about like programs like that help the community, like rehabs and stuff. I love programs where it's like instead of putting someone in jail, you put them in rehab. If it's a crime that's like fueled by drugs and alcohol or something like that. Because I've seen some amazing things, dude. I've seen how programs work to turn people's lives completely around. My buddy, that dude who got shot, the gangbanger guy, totally turned his life around, man.
Really?
Yes. And those people that go through shit like that, they can help other people in ways that, like some counselor who went to college and has a degree in addiction or whatever, he can't reach someone the way that someone from Pacoima who is on meth and fucking gangbanging all the time can help someone, Having someone who has been there before, they can really help someone.
I agree.
And I think
those programs do change lives. You're not going to change everybody's life.
No, you're not. Because some people...
But if you could change one or two...
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Like, people, you can't, like, force people to do things, but I know so many people who have gotten sober because they experience consequences, And they went to rehab. They give people that option where it's sometimes where it's like, you can either go to jail or you can do this program, And, it doesn't... Some people just don't, it doesn't work for them. They just don't want to change, but a lot of people do. And those people go on to become great functioning members of society.
I agree.
Yeah. Vote for me this upcoming.
This guy got my vote. What has sobriety taught you about yourself?
What has it taught me about myself? Taught me everything, dude. It just gave me tools to deal with things. It let me know all my defects of character that I have. I get this fears that I have, wanting to impress people pleasing. It's kind of like live by a code now, or it's like I got to get out of my head. I'm in my head a lot. Like Dustin in my mind is the number one person in the universe. The universe goes around me. I'm the center of it. And that's not how it is. And I got to get out of my head like that. So what I do is you can get out of your head by like helping other people, you know, and asking how someone else is doing. That gets me out of my head because this guy's going through it. I do like some volunteer work at I answer phones at this place that helps people people with substance abuse. They call it and I can answer and go there once a week, and it just gets me out of my head. You know, these little things you learn. If you're nervous, be of service. You know, shit like that. And it's like
it's true though.
Yeah,
I think our mind is sometimes our biggest enemy.
Dude, totally. And it's like I've always had low self-esteem, you know, and someone once told me that you get self-esteem by doing esteemable acts, you know? So if it's like, if I look at myself, I'm like, wait, you know, I feel like a piece of shit. But then you look like, well, hang on, what's the evidence here? You're doing this, you help this person out, you're doing this. You know what? No, you're not, man. You know, you just feel better about yourself.
And I want you to know that you're not the only one that thinks like that. We all have fucking moments where we're like, damn. Like, you start, I think, like I said, your mind, sometimes my own mind, not yours, not his, my own mind starts fucking with me.
Yeah.
And I start formulating shit that is not even accurate, or I make shit up in my head.
Yes.
And you're like, what the fuck am I? And now you start fucking self-sabotaging yourself.
Yes.
And your progress. Because I don't know if it's like, I don't know what it is that you just feel like sometimes at points you're like, damn, all these blessings, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Something wrong is going to happen.
I feel that too. Like the other, what do they say? The shoe is going to drop.
Yeah.
The shoe to drop.
It's like, we can't think like that, and we need to program ourselves to think differently.
Yeah.
Like, I'm worthy of this blessing. I earned this shit.
Yeah. And just giving it back, you know, just
Dog,
helping other
like,
people, you know.
In my life right now, my biggest thing is living a life of contribution.
That's great.
Which makes me feel amazing.
Yeah. It makes you feel good. And then you're kind of like, it makes you feel so good that you're kind of like, oh shit, am I just doing this for myself? Because this feels good. But it
feels amazing to help
you're
others.
helping people. Yeah. Dude, yeah. And even if it's just like reaching out to someone who's shit's checking on people, I think that's a big thing.
Yes.
We kind of are so involved in ourselves, our own, what's going on in our universes, that we never like reach out like, hey, call that dude, see how he's doing. Just ask how they're doing. Don't say anything. I'm gonna call this guy. I'm not gonna bitch to him about my problems. I'm just gonna see how they're doing. I'm a big complainer too, bro. I'll complain about anything, dude. My life, I got a TV show coming out tonight, and I'll still complain about shit. Like, oh man, but I gotta get more Instagram followers. It's like, shut up, Dustin.
But it's perspective.
It is perspective. I think a lot of it is staying in gratitude. If you're grateful for the things that you have, then you're not so concerned.
I think sometimes we have this comparison devil.
Yeah.
That we start comparing ourselves to others and like, well, why does he have more followers, or why does he have this or he have that?
Yeah.
But it's like, and you fail to look at all the blessings you have. It's like, he earned that.
Yeah.
You know,
getting in gratitude helps with
yes.
that. You ever write down a gratitude list?
I haven't done it in a while, but I try to do that shit on a daily, like mentally, like.
Yeah. Just kind of think about like, you know, this
like,
is what I have.
This is the highlight of the day.
And dude, it's like we fucking live. Look at how free we are right now. Dude, look at what we can do. We're just hanging out on a, what is it, Thursday?
On a Thursday,
On a Thursday at noon, doing a podcast, man. Like, this is awesome. We don't have to, we're not struggling. I know where my next meal is coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Dog.
I drove here. Like,
in your own car?
Yeah, and then you're not thinking about like, no one's gonna try to shoot me today or anything like that. I can walk. You can just take the just obvious things. I could see. I have vision. There's a lot of blind people out there, you know. I have things that people don't have. The simplest thing.
I just think that as humans, we take the simplest things for granted.
We do, because also in like a society, like what you were talking about earlier, like the whole Instagram and Facebook, and you can see everyone's life, and it's like you just see like what they're, man, this guy's killing it, this guy Lamborghini, whatever. And we didn't have that back in the day where you could just see it on a daily basis how people are kicking your ass in life, And yeah, you just see it.
I think in a sense was shown on IG and all these other platforms is fake because I think people just put their highlights.
Yeah, you don't see
Now you ain't gonna see
the bad shit.
The bad shit.
Yeah, maybe Kanye. He's the only one.
The only one
that shows you the bad shit.
Kanye's a fucking thug. He be doing shit that I'm even like, fuck, fool. Like,
bro, Kanye.
Why would you do that, dog? And then I start thinking like, what's the strategy behind it?
Yeah.
And then I can't come up with something rational.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that, dog?
He's a wild card, man. Yeah. You don't know what's
and I'm a Kanye
there.
fan, but sometimes I'm like, oh, fuck, Kanye. Yeah. How can I defend that, dog?
It's been tough lately. Yeah.
That's just crazy to me. He's one wild guy.
He is a wild man.